Don't embarrass me.
If you're hearing our voices, it means it's time for It's This Meets That podcast. We watch the worst movies from trailer to end credits, scene by scene, so you don't have to, but maybe you should. I'm Russ.
I'm Jared.
I would never do that to you.
It's not about you.
That's right. That's right. It's all about me. It's all about me. So Rick, we're kicking off a new movie breakdown. So it's trailer trash time. I almost forgot.
That's right.
I almost forgot. We've done this so many times. I sometimes just forget things, you know?
Yeah, never forget.
Getting older every minute. Never forget. Yeah, so I don't know. Let's get right to it. What are we doing? What's the movie? What's the log line?
Yeah. I suggested this one, I think.
You did.
Pain Hustlers.
Yeah, so this came out last year, and I don't think I heard anything about this movie. Like, it just
freshie
disappeared into the Netflix back catalog. Like,
I had it suggested to me constantly.
Really?
On Netflix. Yeah.
Do you and Thais share the same account, or do you have your own separate ones?
Netflix is when we have individual profiles on, which I'm glad for. Hers is mostly Korean dramas. And actually, just very recently, I finally separated out ITMT into its own profile. So that way,
man, I've been doing that for years now. Years.
Stop polluting mine. Well, I was on my parents' account for so long, and then they really cracked down. Netflix, you.
I was gonna say your parents cracked down.
No, Netflix cracked down. Finally made us stop sharing. So
that's right. That's right.
Well, because we're always trading. Yeah, like, you can have my Hulu, I'll have your Netflix. It's a perfect system.
It's a perfect crime. Well, not anymore.
Not anymore. Yeah, now I get ads on my Netflix, and I have a separate profile for ITMT. So it kind of worked out.
All
that is to say, Pain Hustlers is about.
Yeah, what do you got? Hit me.
Liza dreams of a better life for herself and her daughter. Hired to a classic, right? Hired to work for a bankrupt pharmaceutical company, Liza skyrockets with sales and into the high life, putting her in the middle of a federal criminal conspiracy.
Boom. Love it. Need it.
Yep. Big Pharma's definitely going to win and lose, probably.
They're going to win. Yes. Yeah. Well,
realistically, mostly just win, I'm sure.
Mostly just win. They lose little battles, but they're going to win the war.
That's right. It's the single moms who really lose.
It's the single moms who definitely lose. Okay. Yeah. Hired to work for a bankrupt pharmacy. Okay. I feel like we've seen this movie like 3 or 4 times based on different drugs, I'm sure, but you know what I mean?
I think so. Yeah. This might be the most legitimate one that we've seen.
Didn't they already have one on Netflix called Painkillers? That was about the opioids, right? With Matthew Broderick.
So is this. So I don't know.
Oh, I thought this was like
I think they're all about that.
Yeah, they're all about whatever. Swap out the drug for whatever it is, but sure. Like, they definitely have one called Painkillers.
Yeah, I think you're right. This one, I think, is also about painkillers, but it's not about like the Sacklers. I think that one's supposed to be like a Sackler-oriented one, right?
Okay. I
don't know.
Pharmaceutical companies just crushing dreams and lives, right?
Left and right. And I think that was more like a mini series than a movie, also. Like a true story. This is like based on a true story.
An outrageous true story.
Come on.
Come on. How outrageous is it? Like, come on.
Yeah. Show me outrageous.
Yeah. And
this ain't it so far.
Yeah. All right. Well, before we get into the trailer, do we have any fan service?
Nope. Listeners.
Yeah.
You know what to do.
Get off the painkillers and write us an email.
That's right. I mean, probably should anyway. Yeah.
It's not healthy.
Send us an email about that if you want to.
I don't know about that. Let's just skip this. Say the email address.
Yeah, it's thismestat@gmail.com. Also, though, shout out to not a stranger who bought a t-shirt. It ended up being our friend, Dr. Chris.
I thought we were going to say who it was so we could just promote it as
No. Because I wanted to shout out Dr. Chris and implore the listeners that you too can be our friend.
Yeah.
Just buy a t-shirt. That's all it takes.
Yeah.
Go to the website.
Chris is doing the right thing. He works for big ITMT, not big pharma.
You got it. Yeah. And that's the other reason why I wanted to shout out Dr. Chris, because this is we're doing a doctor oriented.
This is in his wheelhouse
movie. Exactly. Yeah, exactly. Right up his alley.
I guess.
Loves painkillers.
Loves prescribing them. I don't know that. It's not true. Okay.
Alrighty. Well, is it libel or slander? Slander when you say it. Libel is when you write it, right?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah. We're okay. He's a friend. He knows us, right?
Yeah. Listeners, tell us that.
Give us legal advice.
Yeah, are we slandering people or libeling them?
Oh, okay. I'm probably sure there's some way we could search this on some type of information network, but
Nope.
nope.
Unknowable.
Unknowable. Well, thanks, Chris, for buying a shirt.
That's right. You can too.
Yeah, you can too. That's the point of this. You can buy a shirt too. You should. Let's do it.
Yep. So we should talk about the trailer, huh?
Yeah. Let's do that.
And the trailer is manic, just like this episode.
Yeah, I mean, maybe if you're on drugs, that makes sense, right? Maybe that's the whole thing. This turns into a blender trailer like halfway through. It's what it is. Actually, it starts off like you're on like a level 1 on the blender, and then about halfway through, it just goes right to level 5. Like you're
cranks it.
Like this isn't minced enough. This isn't diced up enough. This isn't blended enough. So
yep, exactly. And it's got that like Ocean's 11-y like boop 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 like
yeah,
it's
like
to
start.
Going.
Yeah, to start, and then it kicks in with like some
Accelerates.
heavy like hip hop song or whatever it is. I don't know who it is, but so yeah, hits hard. So yeah, it comes in hot, right? Emily Blunt driving down in Florida Keys there, it looks like, or Florida somewhere.
That's right, doing some
middle of Florida.
Some mantras for herself.
Yeah. Power of positive thinking. That's what she's doing. She's in a convertible with her daughter.
Watched a movie about that.
Yeah, we did, called The Secret. Go check out the episodes. Positive thinking. She's like, I will not give up on myself, right? She pulls into a shitty motel with her daughter. They kind of share this really super sad look, which, I mean,
that motel's not that bad.
No, come on. I've seen worse. Like,
that's right.
There's no sad pool out front that's kind of questionable water with people floating in it. So
exactly.
And she's going on. She's like, I will not give up on my dreams. And we check into the motel, and I was like, it's not that bad in here. Get a little microwave, a little fridge.
Yep. She's got her daughter with her.
Yep.
Presumably her daughter.
Yep.
And confirmed after the reading the log line, but
yeah, and there's some quick cuts of like her stacking up like, what is, I think, decidedly poor people food when you're in this situation. M&M's, cup of noodle, and Cousin Willie's microwave popcorn. Like that's all you can afford.
Most of my favorite foods. Yeah.
I mean, it's just food. Let's not classify it. Okay. Let's just call it food.
Just people eating people.
Yes, couple people. All right, so then she's like, I will make my life count. And then as her car is being towed out of the motel parking lot, she's standing there watching.
And is that when she's tucking her daughter into bed too?
Well, Catherine O'Hara shows up real quick. It's really quick cut, so it's hard to tell who's in what scene. So Catherine O'Hara shows up. She's, I guessing, mom, maybe?
I would think, yeah.
The mom of the mom, so grandma to the kid and the mom.
That's relationships work.
And she's doing more positive thinking. She's like, hey, you'll get through this. It's okay. And I think she's chucking in the daughter. Tucking in the daughter.
Chucking in the daughter. Okay.
And then we cut to the Netflix logo. Netflix jam. Whew. It's a lot. That's a lot gets started right there.
Yeah. And it's only going to get more chaotic from here.
Yes. So then we kind of set like the wheels are in motion. Okay, we got this set up. We got the single mom. She's hard times. Broke, eating cup of noodles.
Been there.
Popcorn, M&Ms. And then we cut to Captain America.
That's right. It's full outfit.
Yep, full outfit, fully geared up.
Shield out.
Yep, Chris Evans, he's there. And she's doing a little job interview with him. And I feel like we've seen this scene a million times, right? She's like, oh, you got 2 years in sales. He's also got this accent. It's like a New York accent or something. It's like kind of like sleazeball-y kind of thing. He's like,
a little bit.
I see you only got like 2 years in sales here. What are you doing, Hey,
yeah. Oh, I thought it was 2 years of high school that she had, and
then is that what it was?
And then she left to pursue a career in sales.
But then he was like, "Oh, you sold knives?" And she's like, "Well, it was a whole bunch of knives." And he was like, "Oh, okay."
He's like, "Oh, like steak knives and stuff," and she's like, "No, other kinds of knives."
Yeah, all kinds of them. But she persists through, and she's like, "Hey, just give me a shot." She gets serious, and if I know anything about interviews, if it's bombing, just at the very end of it, just be like, "Hey, give me a shot." Can you imagine that? If you're just like interviewing someone like, "Whew, this is going rough," at the very end, they were just like, "Hey, you know what? Give me a shot."
I won't make you regret it, probably.
Yes, you probably will. Your experience says you can't do this. Get out of here. Oh man. And, so then,
but he does, and he says, "Don't embarrass me."
don't embarrass me. That's all you got to do.
Yep.
And then we meet
the boss guy.
Boss's boss.
Right?
Yeah,
I think so.
Yeah. So we had Andy Garcia. Very Ocean's 11. Good call there. He's a bit of a loose cannon, a little bit of an oddball, right? He's probably going to be the downfall, I bet, to this whole caper.
Seems like it.
Yeah, he's squirting like a bunch of hand sanitizer in her hand, and it's kind of like this whole thing is kind of coming off as cheeky and kind of funny. I'm getting like strong like Adam McKay vibes, like his movies,
Yeah.
Where like there's this Big Short, this kind of like fast paced dialogue that no one actually speaks, and it's kind of funny, but they're trying to get across a really
Yep,
serious
like
thing.
a touch of Sorkin.
Yeah, a little bit of that. So, you still get this like upbeat like bell music in the background, like ding 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 ding. Yeah, this is
Ding, ding, ding.
yeah. We're sitting all the players. Okay, yeah, we're having fun. And then we cut to her really packing up into her new car, a pink Cadillac.
Pink. Was it a Cadillac?
Well, like a newer one, or like some pink car. I don't know.
Some kind of pink car. Looks stupid.
Don't buy a pink car. Whatever you do.
Yeah. Ooh.
And then we get an overlay. She's driving in the pink car, and it says, "Inspired by the outrageous true story."
Oh, outrage me.
No, this will rage us. Yeah, so this is actually based on a book. I did see that. So we'll have to do some digging for part 1. We'll do a little homework, maybe. We'll see. I don't know.
And then we get Chris Evans here, little voiceover. Commissions get you into paradise. You get a doctor, you got to prescribe a drug, and then you can get all the other stuff.
Yep.
And so like it cuts around to showing their daughter's in the car with her, and she's doing these trips, and there's a doctor. She's at a doctor's office. Some guy's writing a prescription. It's a whole thing.
Yep. Pad. Yep.
And then something about $40K per month. She's like, well, because he's like, oh, you could be making $40K to get a couple of whatever. And she's like, $40K per year? And he's like, no, $40K per month.
I hate it's like this dialogue that's presented in a way that like makes things sound great. You know what I mean? I hate it. It's like so like such a cheesy like 40K what, a year? No. A month. Like a month. Whoa. That's so much money. Yeah, great.
Sign me up.
I wish I was making $40K a month.
Yeah, sounds amazing.
I'd take $40K a year, I think, at this point, but
yeah, same.
All right, so we get like a freeze frame in this moment, and I think
very Zach Morris.
Yeah, very Zach Morris. I think she's breaking the fourth wall, or is this her? It's gonna be the old like she's. I'm prognosticating.
Oh, yeah, don't prognosticate yet. For now, it's just Zach Morris breaking the fourth wall.
For now, it's just Zach Morris breaking the fourth wall, and she's like, on some level, I knew it was all bullshit.
Ooh.
Okay,
but not level enough to have the rest of the trailer happen. So,
yep, not enough. So then we get like a montage because there's like this rest of this trailer is basically a mashup of montagey moments. So
yeah, exactly. There's like another quick title card with the car behind it, October 27th.
Yep,
this is gonna happen. Yep. This movie came out like 6 months ago then.
Yeah, not too long ago.
Basically brand new. Yep,
brand new like the car. And then we got Chris Evans' characters going on about like getting rejections, right? And then this we get a montage of just her visiting doctors' offices, hospitals, talking to doctors, and he's like, you gotta have the grit, the balls to reach down and scratch it.
By the nickel.
And then we get like I couldn't quite tell what this was, but it looked like it was a grand opening to like a restaurant or like a doctor's office or like
little column A, little column B, doctor's office / restaurant.
But it was like, oh, I know what it was. I bet it's the opening of their new office, her territory, because she keeps going on about territory later on. And there's a guy cutting the red ribbon who shows up later on. So it's her team, I bet, her space, because she's standing there like looking all badass. She's got a new suit. She's got the pink car. She's looking like she's owning the place. So that's probably what it is.
That's probably what it is. Yeah,
figured it out. And then we cut to Evans and Emily in her, I think, someone's apartment, and he's like, hey, you're not going to make 100K this year. Now. We've already done this line. We've already done this bit before.
That's right.
40K, what, a year? No, a month.
Tell me about the Ks.
Yeah. You're not going to make 100K this year. Oh, great. And she's looking kind of like, okay. He's like, it's more like 6.
Whoa.
Smirks.
Sounds pretty good.
Dry stares. I hate this kind of delivery. You just did it twice. You already used this once already in the trailer. Don't use it again.
Yeah. I'm sure they'll use it like 100 times in the
probably
movie.
Will.
So. It's gonna be great. So but you're right. It's very quick montagey. Lots of fancy cars and this cash on tables.
Big checks. He's
like fist pumping out in the parking lot. Like, yeah, baby, let's go.
She's giving her big speech, or like she moved herself up. She's clearly running things a little bit in her territory or whatever. And she's giving this big, always be closing kind of type speech,
Work like your back's against the wall. And she's got on the whiteboard like WDIG. What do I get? You gotta think about yourself.
Always be closing. You always need a little acronym, right? That's what salespeople do.
You W-dig.
W-dig. That's right. W-dig. What did I go? What did I?
Where did we go wrong?
Where did we go wrong? And then she's going on about owning a territory. She's like, own your territory. Intercut with the gang getting all fired up. Everyone's all cranking. We got dancing karaoke. We got some dude in a full suit jumping in a pool, because that's what you do when things are going awesome. You suit up and you jump in a pool. The day Jared and I make any money from this podcast, we're gonna put on full suits and we're jumping into a pool.
That's right.
Probably first
10,000 downloads. We probably do the same thing. We're gonna do it a lot.
Anything that's notable.
Yeah, we're gonna overdo it, I'm sure.
Yes. Yeah, because that's what we kind of have to do around here.
Mm-hmm.
So then we cut to Andy Garcia. He's being Andy Garcia, and this is kind of where we get the turn of the story. It feels like Chris Evans and Emily Blunt, their characters are now dressed up in suits and looking good, right? Clearly, success is happening, but it's not.
Gotta have some conflict.
It's not enough for Andy. He's like, if you don't grow, you die. That's a pretty good Andy Garcia right there. I did, and
yeah, not bad.
He's like, sales are flat. Sales are flat. And Emily's like, sales are flat.
Yeah, flat at $170 million. You're like, whoa, it's the third time we're doing this kind of thing in the trailer.
Yeah, a quarter. I was like, okay.
Crazy.
And then Andy like has a quick moment of him flipping out. He's definitely the loose cannon. He's going to bring this whole thing down. And then we get a shot of Emily and daughter in bed, and we get a voiceover from Andy. I'm going to prognosticate. I'm going to wait, but he's like, use your crisis as your fire. And there's the quick shot of her and the daughter sitting in the bed.
Yeah, looking at their new lives, like really enjoying themselves.
Yeah, let's just
put a pin in that.
Let's remember that one.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so now I have this labeled as just quick shots of, and from this point, I'm gonna rip through it.
Yeah, go for it.
All right, here we go.
My notes are dumb.
No, you can fill it in because I think you got some stuff I missed here. So then we get like shot of like we got an animation of bar charts, line charts climbing, right?
Love charts
in the right direction. You want them going right and up, my friends. That's where you want those charts going.
Stonks, baby.
Oof. We got shots of mansions. We got shots of parties. We got shots of dancing. We got sad daughter. It's not your fault. Women on a stage in costume. I'm not sure what they're trying to sell. Captain America snapping and smashing something because clearly something went wrong. We got money being dropped on the table. Some dude picking up said money. We got you're not a bad person from the daughter. Emily is on the couch looking sad. Some close-up shot of some woman whistling at a party. Some dude's face. Emily running or something with that face cam thing where it's like,
is there like a coach or something?
I think there's a coach in there.
There's like a sporting event somehow.
Yeah. Ted Lasso shows up. He's in there. Put him in there. Like whatever. And then we get like the Emily looking distraught. She's like in her fancy home. She's like, oh no, what's happened? And we get the overlay Emily Blunt because she's in this movie. We got
the walls are closing in.
Some hotel building or something, and we get the FBI showing up because that's what the FBI does. They show up.
Gotta have them.
Whatever you're doing right now, just be rest assured they will show up.
Yep. My top 10 favorite law enforcement agency.
Yeah, easily, right? And they're crashing the party like they do. They will crash your party. If it's an awesome party, which means it's probably too good to be true, they will crash it.
We're talking federal body inspectors, right?
Yeah, that, of course, obviously.
Oh, yeah.
Those are the ones you want crashing your party.
Giggity.
And then we get some cuts of some woman being like, shit, it's the FBI. Emily Blunt not looking so good. Close up of Cappy America, his face with the overlay, Chris Evans. Another party and someone sticking money down someone's mouth. We got more FBI. More FBI. This is still the same trailer. I don't even think anything else is happening. And then
she's saying she's not going to give up on her dreams.
Yeah, so should we cut back to the opening of the trailer with her positive thinking? I'm not giving my dreams, same thing, repeating that. We got a money counter. We got Catherine O'Hara asking some dude to dance at the party with overlay Catherine O'Hara, so we know she's in this. Someone enjoying a ride in a limo the only way you do, through the roof, obviously.
You have to.
You have to do that. Don't do it for too long because guess who shows up? The FBI will.
Always.
Always. More of those women who are all dressed up, still dancing at like a Tony Stark event. Emily yelling at someone while she continues her voiceover positive thinking. We got slow-mo walking.
Make her life count.
Make it count. We got Andy Garcia slow-mo walking with an overlay. Andy Garcia because he's in this movie. Emily flipping out at a conference table. She's flipping out a filing cabinet. Someone didn't put things back in alphabetical order. This is why we have order. Whew.
I'm sure that's what it's about.
And guess who's at the mansion staring down at someone next to the maid?
Federal body inspectors.
Yeah. All right. I got a badge. And we get a quick cut of the FBI chasing someone at a mansion because they wouldn't let them body inspect. That's fair. Shot of Times Square. Shot of Andy, Emily, and Evans hitting the buy button at a Wall Street stock exchange. By the way, I checked all the stocks in the background. It was Apple, PayPal, and maybe I forget what the other one was. They were all up that day. That's great. Good for them.
Yeah, that's great. Probably like 2009.
Yeah. Because they're not now. And then we get, they actually are. And then we get a moment. Yeah, they're doing fine. And then we cut to just that we've this heated moment of all these cuts of just garbage blender trailer shit. And we get the pause, the moment of humor to break it all up, right? And we get some new dude asking Emily and Evans, basically, is Andy the boss here? Seems like he's losing his shit. And then we cut to Andy yelling at people to take their shoes off. And they all take their shoes off.
Yeah, he's also shoeless.
Yeah, that entire trailer was just me listing off like shots because that's all there was.
That's kind of the whole thing. Yeah,
I'm sorry, buddy. Title
it was very
card:
stressful.
Pain Hustlers. Title card: screenplay by Wells Tower. Which, what a name,
Cool
Wells
name.
Tower. Yeah, that's a cool. That goes into cool name. We'll file it under cool name.
Mm-hmm.
Directed by David Yates. Title
Friend of
card.
the pod, David Yates.
I think so.
We'll have to look it up.
We'll look it up for part one.
Listeners,
And
you know the drill.
this will only be on Netflix on October 27th. Rated R for some language,
Mhm.
some sexual content, and some nudity.
We can only hope.
Whew. All right. Now what?
Ugh, what a ride.
Now what do we do? Now what happens?
Now we prognosticate. You've been wanting to this whole time. You've been itching.
I know, itching. It's right there.
Champing at the bit, as they say.
Yeah. Well, the first one I think I flagged. I already forgot it because it was so far back up there. But what was it? Do you remember what it was?
Nope.
No. God damn it. What are you doing here?
But then we also said put a pin in it.
The daughter
later on.
The daughter is going to have some type of issue where a drug or something's going to be too expensive or whatever, and she's going to be angry, and that's when Andy Garcia is like,
she gets hooked.
The daughter or Emily Blunt?
The daughter.
Yeah, the daughter gets hooked on some painkillers.
On the painkiller, maybe.
Oh, that's whatever painkiller that they create, she's hooked on it.
Yep, she knows that she's doing a bad thing.
Okay, all right, because now it's just causing her daughter to be that's got to be the conflict. That's the real thing. That's the real world right there.
Right, or like one of her daughter's friends does, or something. Either way, her daughter becomes upset that she's slinging drugs.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. Okay. I buy that. I also think that maybe you could have a bit of a crossover here thing going on where Andy Garcia's character from Ocean's 11, this is maybe his new gig. Once he stopped.
Interesting.
Yeah, like he had to give up the Bellagio because he kept getting robbed.
I've been there.
I think he went bankrupt, but he had a little bit stored away. He bought this pharmaceutical company and is trying to revive it because he knows Big Pharma is the way to win.
Just a couple milli left.
And I think what's going to end up happening is that halfway through this movie, we're going to get Brad Pitt, George Clooney, and the crew coming back in with Emily Blunt.
Coondog?
Ocean's 14, right?
Whoa.
Yeah.
Ocean's 14? Okay.
It's going to turn into a big pharma heist because Emily Blunt's daughter is hooked on painkillers and she brings in Danny Ocean, the gang, to do a big pharma heist.
Oh, nice. All right. Yeah. Julia Roberts probably appears.
Bring her back. Let's go.
Yep. Okay. Yeah. No, I like that.
Yeah. That's what
I see where this is going.
After all this commentary about, Big Pharma, how bad they are, once we're done with that, that's going to be like 30 minutes in the movie. Then the rest is going to be a big pharma heist.
Yeah. Where Big Pharma still wins. They end up like pulling off this heist and they steal, I don't know, let's call it 100 million. I don't know, something small.
Yeah.
We'll call it 100 mil.
In one heist, you mean 100 million per heist, and they do 14 of them.
Per heist per quarter. Yeah. But eggs on their face, Big Pharma insured. So big insurance loses,
right.
But big pharma wins. That's right.
Yeah. Okay.
Done.
This movie's got a very, it's got a very, like I said before, Adam McKay vibe, but it just feels like Wolf of Wall Street. A Wolf of Wall Street meets Adam McKay, basically.
Like I wanted to see it. Like when it came out, and it kept maybe that's why I kept getting pushed to me because they know I'm the audience for this. I was like, oh, this movie looks cool. And then, but I never actually watched the whole trailer until this afternoon. And now I'm like, now this looks terrible.
I mean, and don't get me wrong, awesome cast. Like Andy Garcia, Chris Evans, Emily Blunt, like Catherine O'Hara, like
not going Coondog.
Yeah, right. For the second half, it's gonna be cameo.
Presumably,
yeah, it's gonna be unknown casting part,
uncredited.
Yeah. George Clooney, Brad Pitt, Matt Damon, the whole gang comes back. Ocean's 14, Big Pharma,
and all the women from 8 too.
Right? Yeah, bring them all back.
Yeah. The whole shebang,
the whole crew. Okay.
Wow.
What a trip. Yeah, this is gonna be. I don't know how to feel about this.
Is it short? I forgot.
No, it's over 2 hours. It's 2 hours and a few. I think we'll just hit 2 hours. If you include credits, I think it's like 2 hours and change.
Devastating.
Yes.
My bad.
Yeah. When we pick our moves, we need to sort by runtime. It needs to be a new category, new column for us. Runtime and sort by that.
I mean, we got spoiled. We had a couple of nice shorties.
I know. We had, I think, back-to-back hour-and-a-half ones. So good. So good.
Let's see what the one thing I do know, I don't remember what David Yates has done as far as like being a friend of us, but I do know that he's like a big Harry Potter guy. So let's see how that plays out for us. Like, I bet there's going to be wizards too.
Maybe when you get hooked on the drug, you think you're Harry Potter, or you think you're a wizard. Maybe.
Ooh.
Yeah. Maybe that's where we're heading now, huh?
Yep.
Okay. All right.
I love it.
All right. Well, I mean, is there anything else?
I don't think so.
Okay. I feel pretty good about that.
Yeah, Shutter D.
All right, let's do it. Thanks for listening. We're back next week with a full breakdown of not pain killers, pain hustlers.
That's right.
Jeez. They're both
on like a documentary.
They're both on Netflix, so that's fine. In the meantime, you can follow us on Instagram at It's This Meets That. Go there. Learn all the things that you can do while you're listening to us. It's right there. ITMT Pod on Twitter. Don't go there. Don't even support that company anymore. Forget them.
That's right.
Subscribe to us on where you listen to podcasts, YouTube, Spotify, Apple, all of those places. Or share with a friend.
Please and thank you.
That's the way to go.
Yeah, and tell strangers also by writing a review wherever you're allowed to do that. Apple comes to mind. Spotify. I don't know if you can comment, but you can at least give us 5 stars. That would be nice. Appreciate it. Yeah. Helps people discover us. And yeah, what good is life if you're not out there discovering, right?
That's the key to life, is discovery, right?
Every day, just learn something new.
Be useful. Discover something.
Or if you're feeling old fashioned, you can send us an email. It's thismeetsthat@gmail.com. We'll help you discover something. I don't know, like just write us an email, subject line discovery, and me and Russ will send you a weird Wikipedia rabbit hole or something.
That sounds great. Right? I love it. Done.
We'll totally do that. So did I already say it's thismeetsthat@gmail.com several times? I'll say it again. It's thismeetsthat@gmail.com.
There you go. Yeah. Okay.
Or go to the website, because you can get the email there too, or t-shirts, or Russ's book Host. You can find information about that probably.
Do it.
Episodes, everything. There's so much content.
God damn it.
What a world. It's thismeetsthat.com.